It's not often that the Chief Content Officer, Paul Triple H Levesque, is here on Raw. He must have some major news to share.
Let's hear what the game has to say.
As you all know, we've been building a new era in WWE, a direction that's bolder than anything you've ever seen before. But to forge this path, we need talent who can rise to the occasion. Whether that's someone who's already here or an outsider ready to step in and lead the charge. Who is going to be the superstar to lead us to that next level? Well, we're going to answer that question starting next Monday on Raw with the WWE Draft.
The WWE Draft kicks off next Monday. That's huge news.
Raw and SmackDown GMs Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis have decisions to make that will shape the future of WWE. Now, I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but as a Chief Content Officer, I'm gonna drop a couple of hints about who I think will be selected #1 overall and become the leader of this new era. This individual is going to be a force in the women's division for years to come. I've seen her potential for greatness already as a decorated champion from MMA. That's right. I think you might know who I'm talking about. They could be the next big crossover star from the cage to the squared circle to lead the new era of WWE. It all starts at the draft when we take the next step in WWE's revolution.
The CCO just alluded to the fact that we might have an MMA champion going #1 overall.
I can't wait for draft night.
Hey, it's been a minute.
I know. Thanks for coming here on short notice.
No problem. But are you sure you want me to help you with this? I know I've dabbled in wrestling before, but I've been focusing on MMA the past few years. Just seems kind of, I don't know, desperate?
Who else could I trust more than my old training partner?
We were always trying to outdo each other back in the day. Might be nice to team up together for once.
Not to mention the fact Mutiny keeps adding top names, so I can't really trust many people in WWE right now.
So you're saying I was your only option? I see how it is.
Best and only option. So what do you think? Will you do it?
Well, I'm not fighting again for another 6 months. I suppose this would be a unique way to train for that. All right, I'm in.
Great. I've arranged for you to have a warm-up match here today before we tackle NXT together. I know you're used to knockout and submission rules in MMA, but today's pinfall only to get used to wrestling again.
Go for the 3 count. Got it. I'm gonna go get changed.
Okay, and try to win? Because if you lose, I might have second thoughts about this. And then my next best option is this guy named Troy Simpkin, and at that point, I might as well just let NXT take over.
Haven't changed a bit.
Hello there. So nice to finally meet you. I'm Troy Simpkin, seasoned and esteemed WWE producer.
Hey, Troy. Nice to meet you, too.
We are so excited for your arrival at WWE. There's been so many successful crossover stars between MMA and sports entertainment, and we think you could be bigger than all of them.
Thanks. I think so, too. So, what's the plan?
We want to get you acclimated to a WWE ring before the draft. So you're going to head down to the Performance Center. We've even lined up some training partners with MMA experience to make you feel comfortable. Who do you prefer?
How about the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler?
Excellent. Just be sure to lay low down there. We want your debut at the draft to be a huge surprise.
I'll do my best.
Oh, one more thing. Make sure you look good on draft night.
What are you getting at?
It's just that in the past, WWE superstars had to wear whatever we told them to for their non-ring attire. And as much as I miss those days, that's no longer how it works around here. It's a new era with fewer restrictions. So you can wear whatever you want.
So I can dress how I want to dress? I assumed that was the case, but thanks for confirming.
All right, we better wrap this up before any looky-loos start pulling out their phones. Safe travels, and we'll see you soon.
Hey, I gotta ask, are the rumors true?
Becky, we've met backstage at one of my fights, right?
We did. And it's good to see you again. But I feel like you're dodging my question.
Well, what would be the fun if I answered it?
Even though it'd be a spoiler, I might be able to at least give you a few pointers about WWE.
I'll take them either way. Could apply to MMA, too.
Alright, I don't want to tell you too much in case we cross paths in the ring someday, but I will give you one piece of advice. In WWE, you can't trust anyone. I once had someone steal my oatmeal and still haven't found the rotten culprit 3 years later.
Interesting. But what about your husband? You can't even trust him?
There are exceptions. Anyway, it was good catching up. Maybe I'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah, maybe.
What a huge night we have on Raw with the start of the WWE Draft.
And it just got even bigger. It's one of the hottest stars from MMA.
Are the rumors true? Will they be the #1 pick?
We'll find out soon enough.
Thanks for taking the time to answer a couple questions before the draft. I know you just got here and must be getting pulled in 100 different directions, so I'll try to make this quick.
No problem. And it's Kathy, right? Good to meet you.
You too. You've been on top of the fight game for years in MMA. What personality traits led to your success?
I'll go with what I use on my dating app. I don't like to take things too seriously. I like a good reality TV show, scrolling endlessly through silly pet videos on my phone, and when I'm not busy with that, I enjoy bashing people's heads in. So, I guess you could say I'm a bit more comedic and fun.
Honestly, I was not expecting that. What can you say about the rumors that are swirling around tonight?
They're all true. Valhalla and I are starting an all-girl pop group. You want in?
I meant the rumors about you going #1 overall in the draft.
Oh, right. Well, it would mean a lot, but it's just an opportunity. You still need to win matches and championships, or none of this draft stuff matters.
Well, I know you're busy, so I'll let you go for now. Thanks again, and good luck with the draft.
Good to see you.
Hey, boss.
You feeling okay? I know it's tough. New surroundings, big expectations coming from a different sport. A lot of eyeballs on you tonight.
What's tonight?
The draft?
Oh, I was mainly here to work on some choreography with Valhalla, but I guess I can squeeze in time for the draft.
Good one. I gotta get going, but you should be proud of everything you've accomplished to get here. You've earned it. See you out there in a bit.
It's time to kick off the WWE Draft.
Thank you. But tonight is not about me. It's about launching this company in a new and exciting direction. And that all starts with the announcement of the top overall pick. So let's not wait any longer. With the first pick in the WWE Draft, SmackDown is honored to select the future of WWE.
There they are, the #1 pick in the WWE Draft, and wow, it's a good one.
Talk about making a splash. Nick Aldis got himself a generational talent.
We heard all the rumors, but seeing this play out now really lives up to the hype.
Good luck topping this, Raw.
Stand by, there's some kind of technical issue here.
Talk about ruining a moment.
What the heck?
Who was that?
Oh, where's security?
Can someone explain what just happened?
Okay, got it. The draft will continue after this break.
First of all, I'm sorry about what happened out there. We're working with authorities to get to the bottom of it. But Hunter says it seems like it was just a random, unstable individual.
Is this how things are handled over here in WWE? At least in MMA, I knew when I was going to get hit. Maybe I would have been better off staying where I was.
I assure you that's not the case. You're in good hands with us.
So if it was a random person, what was with that stuff on the Tron?
I wouldn't assume the two things were connected. Could have just been unrelated technical difficulties. Either way, I don't think it's anything to worry about. Better to focus on the positive and move on.
Pay no attention to the crazed masked attacker. Understood.
I'll set up a match for you next week on SmackDown, and I'll make sure it's against a local competitor that you'll be sure to dominate. After that, no one will be talking about what happened tonight.
That attack came out of nowhere. Are you okay?
Hey, Troy. I'm a lot more angry than I am hurt.
That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. The perfect way to blow off a little steam.
You got any idea who was under that mask? Because that's who I'd like to get my hands on.
I do not. However, since I got promoted, which was definitely based on merit, not because Roman Reigns landed on me at WrestleMania and Triple H felt bad about my numerous injuries, I've been put in charge of booking the matches for our live events.
Congratulations?
You should be congratulating yourself, because I've got my eye on you to be the main attraction for our next big tour.
I appreciate it, Troy, but I'm focused on figuring out who jumped me and then enacting some very disproportionate revenge.
That's exactly why you should compete in some live event matches. It's the perfect opportunity to sharpen your skills and max out your abilities. Trust me, you won't believe the kind of rewards you'll get with live events.
Fine, Troy. Next time you have a live event opportunity, hit me up.
You're the best. Thanks so much. You'll find me waiting for you when I'm ready to book the next bunch of shows.
Can't wait.
Hey, you all right?
I'm fine. I know we didn't cross paths too much when you were in MMA, but it's good to see a friendly face here. Anyway, it's wrestling. On to the next thing, right?
Listen, I know management wants us to brush things like this under the rug, but I'm not sure it was a one-time event. Besides, how does some random person get access to the Tron?
That's what I said.
Look, if I were you, I'd keep your head on a swivel. I'm just speculating, but this could be the start of something bigger.
I agree. I'll be ready if and when something happens again.
A resounding victory here tonight for the #1 pick.
I agree, Byron. That was pure domination.
The hell? Not this again.
It's the same attacker from the draft.
Where's security? Come on.
I guess she's taking matters into her own hands.
Good, I'm sick of this.
And this time, they're not getting away.
The masked assailant is regretting this now.
They might not be masked for much longer.
Is that Roxanne Perez from NXT?
Why was she doing this?
We're going to go to commercial while we sort this out.
That's enough. Sit down and stay there. What are we going to do with her?
We're gonna get some answers, and we're gonna get them right now.
You have no idea.
Normally, I'd have a clever one-liner response. We'd maybe go back and forth a bit, it'd be a hoot. But it looks like I've got to be both good cop and bad cop. And bad cop says, start talking.
The new era has arrived.
I know you like attention, but why did you target me? Jealous that I was the #1 pick and you weren't even drafted?
It's not always about you. It's about us, them, all of them.
Who is them? Did you convince some desperate lackey to be your sidekick?
Lardon.
I think I've had about enough. We'll settle this when you face me in a match next week. Now get this attention-seeking nobody out of here!
So you got the bad guy, huh?
Looks like it.
I know Triple H and everyone is telling you this is over now, but I still think there's more to come.
I think so too. Roxanne is a little out there, but I don't think she'd do this on her own. There's gotta be other people involved.
Exactly. And the entire roster should be on the lookout. I know I will be.
This is more than a win. The #1 draft pick can now move on and focus on bigger goals.
Good riddance to Roxanne Perez and whatever this was all about.
Now what?
Is that Charlie Dempsey?
What the hell is going on?
That's certainly Gigi Dolan.
Nikita Lyons from behind. What is happening?
And now Roxanne Perez is recovered and is joining NXT's Nikita Lyons. Clearly Perez wasn't acting alone in all this.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a common theme here, guys. We got to get some help out here.
This is a full-on invasion.
And the invaders are all from NXT.
We need help back there, right now.
Nick Aldis is trying to intervene.
Trick Williams with a chair.
And Aldis goes down too.
The NXT Unity Tag Champions have taken out CM Punk.
And Charlotte gets nailed too.
This is insane.
Please, somebody, anybody, do something.
We are under siege.
It's Bayley and Kevin Owens.
Finally.
You can't just come in here and do this without repercussions.
What the?
Bayley and KO about this? Are you serious?
What are we witnessing?
If you couldn't tell, this is a mutiny. Current and former members of NXT have united under one cause. We will no longer stand by and be treated like third-class citizens.
Members of the board, do we have your attention?
We will not stop until NXT is the one and only brand left standing in WWE.
I'm just about speechless.
We've just witnessed pure anarchy.
It was a mutiny, Saxton. Bayley said it herself. Unbelievable.
Well, it's over for tonight at least.
Who really knows at this point?
I might be out for a bit after what they did to me. But the second I'm back, I need revenge on the NXT Unity Champions and every single person involved.
I'm with you.
Good. But don't forget I warned both of you that this would happen, and no one listened.
I was wrong. I know. But this isn't the time to point fingers.
Yeah, it's the time to start listening to me. No one around here can be trusted. No one. This could go all the way to the top. Who created NXT and would stand to benefit from all this? Yeah. Chew on that for a minute.
Look, I've already spoken to Adam Pearce, and we're going to work together to fight back against this NXT mutiny. Raw and SmackDown are a united front. But we need a leader. I drafted you #1 for a reason. I know you can step up to lead the charge.
After what they did to me, I don't need convincing. But what are we getting ourselves into? You heard what Punk just said. About Triple H?
As usual, Punk's way out of line with that comment. I've been working side by side with Triple H the past few weeks to figure out what's been going on. There's no way he has anything to do with this.
You're right. Punk's fired up about getting attacked and not thinking straight. He did have a point, though, that we have to be careful about who to trust.
I know. It seems like Bayley and KO have convinced most of NXT to join them along with some other big names from our side. And we have to assume that any other NXT alumni from Raw and SmackDown might be one of them.
And it sounds like we need to find someone from outside of WWE who can step in and join the fight against NXT.
You got someone in mind?
I do. I know just the person to turn the tide. They're from... They're from MMA.
Okay. But how does that prove they're not secretly working with NXT? How do you know we can trust them?
We used to train together for years. You spend that much time with someone, putting your health and safety in their hands, you know you can trust them.
All right, sold. After you get them on board, let's talk next steps. And don't wait too long. We need to move fast before this NXT mutiny strikes again.
So this is how #1 draft picks live, huh? Nice.
The tour bus is nice, but more importantly, it's private. We need the space to talk strategy, since who knows who might be listening backstage and feeding information to NXT.
Good point. What about the GMs, though? Can we at least trust them? Adam Pearce was messaging me the other day.
Yeah, Pearce and Aldis are vetted, and they've given us full authority to counter the NXT mutiny movement. CM Punk will be helping us too once he's healthy. But for now, it's just us, so we need to figure out our first move.
Whenever I was in a tough situation like this fighting in MMA, I learned the best path forward is to focus on doing what I do best. Which, in my case, is being scheming and calculated.
Well, since you just basically dropped everything to come in here and help me, it's only fair you take the lead on this. What do you think we should do?
NXT is going to be ready for you to strike back, but they don't know I'm on board yet. We could use that as a tactical advantage.
How so?
We're going to hustle them, embarrass them, and when it's all over, walk out with their precious intergender NXT Unity tag titles.
Is there any room for cosplay in that plan of yours? No? Okay, then how are we going to pull this off?
I know a guy who can get me into the Performance Center.
First things first, you're going to explain just how the hell you got in here. The Performance Center is official NXT Mutiny territory now.
Chase got us in, right?
That's right. I'm Chase. Used to train here a few years back. Still think I got a raw deal. Before that, I was a popular minor league mascot named Ribby. Ring a bell?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So you just walked right in? I don't get it.
Well, I still had my old badge. Plus, it helped that I kept in touch with Todd, the security guard. Good guy.
Freaking Todd! This really is his last strike. Anyway, I'll deal with him later. Why exactly are you here?
We're here to show Mutiny just how great me and Chase are. If you want to take down Raw and SmackDown, you need to sign us.
Is Shawn Michaels still here? What about Corey Klein? I'd like to give them a piece of my mind. They really missed the boat on old Chase.
None of them are here. You're dealing with me, okay? NXT Mutiny signed me to be their top producer, and I can't have outsiders showing up unannounced on my watch. My bosses would not approve.
I told you this was a bad idea, Chase. Let's just go to SmackDown or Raw, where they recognize real talent. Their GMs have been blowing up my phone non-stop.
Wait, they have? You know, it just so happens that the NXT Unity Tag Team Champions are training here today and need some opponents. So if you two think you're Mutiny material, go prove it.
You won't regret this.
Just remember, if this works out, who gave you the big break. Now excuse me. I need to go fire Todd.
We weren't ready for that match, Troy. But I promised the outcome would be different with more time to prepare.
Speak for yourself. I was fully prepared.
I'll handle this, Chase. So, what do you think about a rematch, Troy?
I think it's cute you think another match would turn out any differently. But you've given me a great idea. If you want a rematch so bad, why not do it on NXT? So the entire world can see your big debut and how talented you are. Typically, Unity title matches are intergender, but we're progressive here at NXT, so I'll allow it.
Thank you. I accept your offer of a rematch on NXT.
Perfect. The Unity champions are gonna look great, and Bailey, KO, and all my new bosses here at Mutiny are gonna love it. Thanks for doing me this huge favor.
Anytime.
Locking up here. Oh, poke to the eyes.
That seems to have really gotten him. He could have an eye injury.
Nonetheless, the match continues.
JC eats a clothesline.
But Lexus came with the belt shot.
And the referee never saw it.
The champions are going to retain.
Wait, foot on the ropes.
Is that the wrestler Chase who is supposed to compete tonight?
Credit to the challengers for throwing NXT off their game.
Hold on, spear on JC Jane.
Looks like his eye's okay.
Or at least okay enough.
Setting up for some kind of double team move.
And down onto JC Jane with the cover.
1, 2, 3.
That'll do it. We officially have new Unity Tag Team Champions.
We just witnessed amazing teamwork from these two, and it paid off with not only a title win, but a major victory in the war against Mutiny.
And don't forget the assist from Chase.
Mutiny shocked the world with their invasion a couple weeks ago, but now, taking their Unity tag titles that they held in such high regard is a shot across NXT's bow.
I have a feeling this is only the beginning between these two sides.
Saw what you did by pulling a fast one on NXT and winning their Unity championships. Clever.
Thanks. I don't think you've been introduced to the newest team member in our fight against Mutiny. We came up training together.
I know all about you. Welcome to WWE. But I do have to remind both of you, I've decided to remain neutral in this whole issue with NXT. I'm too close to it. So this isn't our fight. And besides, when it comes to competition, it's not just a catchphrase. It really is what's best for business.
We understand your stance, but we don't have to agree with it. We're going to do everything we can to stop Mutiny.
And if that happens, great. But if Mutiny comes out on top, then we'll pivot in that direction. It's what we do in WWE. We're constantly reacting and evolving. It's how we succeed. So like I said, good luck. But I can't support one side or the other until this is all over.
Welcome back, Punk.
Looks like I missed out on all the fun. That was impressive how you tricked them into defending their Unity titles. And then walked away with them, too. Well done.
Thanks. I guess that producer Troy was fired by Mutiny for his screw-up and is now groveling to get his job back with us. Good luck with that.
I have to admit, I'm a little jealous. You got your hands on the Unity champions after what they did to me. But I'll get my shot sooner than later.
I know you will. Which leads us to our next move. We've spoken to the GMs, and we think the best strategy is to divide and conquer between Raw and SmackDown.
At least Aldous and Pierce have our backs, unlike old Triple H. Convenient how he continues to sit on the sidelines, isn't it?
We spoke to him, and he insisted it's what's best for business. I guess we have to take him for his word at this point.
In any event, if we split up, we'll have coverage on both brands to fight off any Mutiny attacks. I'll be headed to SmackDown.
And I'll be focusing on Raw. What about you, Punk?
I think it makes sense for me to float between both brands to help keep an eye on things. There's a lot of top names jumping ship, and I'd like to use my influence to put an end to that.
Sounds like a solid plan. Which brand should we focus on first?
Am I the only one seeing this, Oos? NXT's Mutiny out here making moves, pulling everyone to their side while people watch the uprising from the sidelines. Even Triple H and the board are low-key cheering for them.
Why do you think I'm here? Word on the street is Raw and SmackDown need all the help they can get.
Yeet. We need more people doing stuff like taking those Unity titles off them.
Thanks. It might have been a small victory, but every little bit helps. If we can keep chipping away, eventually they'll topple.
For real. Anything to slow their momentum down. It was starting to feel like they could do whatever they wanted. Reminds me of when the Bloodline first started. We had that edge, and nobody was cool like us.
But we've seen that all play out before, right? Starts out hot, but a lot of folks are gonna get left out once they get what they want, you know?
Seen it, felt it. When you're useful, you get used. When you're not, well, like you said, we've seen how that plays out.
It's impressive the way Mutiny's able to manipulate people. They've got a knack for pulling strings and making the bad guy look cool. But that's something we could work with. Use their own game to play them.
You got something cooking.
You said it yourself. People are joining up because Mutiny is cool. It's got an edge that makes standard corporate WWE look basic.
We can't compete with that smoke.
Not unless I show them some fire, Oos.
So you do have a plan. Yeet.
Yep. And I'm kicking it off later tonight. You're gonna love this one, Jay.
Can't wait, Oos.
Incredible performance out there tonight, but I think there's one question on everyone's mind. Why the NWO shirt?
Look, we all know that WWE is at a turning point. There's a civil war brewing, and it's largely because WWE has become stale. predictable, formulaic. We need to evolve.
So you're saying that you're joining Mutiny?
No. Mutiny is chaos for the sake of chaos. And just like so many times in history, the real fighters are going to get pushed aside once the leaders get what they want. Anyone who thinks they could trust Bailey and KO to protect their best interests is an idiot. So here's my message to all the superstars on both sides and everywhere in between. It's time for a new direction. We need to embrace our past to forge our future. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. The NWO wasn't about politics, it was about power and domination. So anyone who wants to stop playing the game and wants to run it, join me in my NWO movement.
That's a powerful call to arms, but is it appropriate for a relative newcomer to already be asking for a major shift? Doesn't this put you at odds with the very organization that just brought you in?
Kathy, because I have fresh eyes, I could see what's broken around here. Yes, I'm challenging the norms, but that's because I believe in the potential of this organization to evolve. So stand with me and take the third path. Not mutiny, not the WWE establishment, but a movement built on real power. I'm calling for a new era. Not just to challenge mutiny, but to redefine this business as it should be through dominance and brute force. Welcome to the New World Order.
So...
Relax. Let me explain.
You'd better. I know you haven't been here that long, but in general, I prefer to only have one rebellion to deal with at a time.
It's not another rebellion. This NWO stuff is just a way to stir up some trouble within Mutiny. It's a play. I just need people to believe it's real. And that's obviously working.
That is a pretty good idea, actually. But I really wish you'd run the stuff past me first.
And spoil the surprise? Come on. I've got this under control. Just sit back and enjoy my brilliant manipulations. You just might learn something.
Okay, I'll give you some rope. Just be smart.
I always am. That's why it's working.
NWO for life, baby! And boss, before you say anything, you should know I'm already putting together a crew to help the Black and White take out Mutiny and rest of the WWE. So far, it's me, and that's it. But you gotta start somewhere.
Right, look, just slow down.
I can't slow down. I'm all in. SmackDown is gonna get smacked. Raw is gonna get cooked. They won't even be able to call it Raw anymore. They'll have to call it Extra Well Done, even though it won't be well done at all when we're through with them. NWO!
Quiet, Truth. Listen, this whole NWO thing, it's complicated.
No, it's not. That's the beauty of it. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a lot of superstars here who are 3 corners short of a squared circle. If you get my drift, they're very easily fooled. That's why we need this. It's totally real, and it's awesome. Watch. NWO Sneak Attack! That felt amazing. Now everyone knows the NWO is back.
It's not. Truth, you need to listen to me.
Good idea. You be the boss, and I'll be the enforcer, and go find some more WWE superstars to beat up under the banner of the NWO.
No, don't do that.
Okay. Then you be the boss, and I'll be the idea man. Here's my first one. NWO pay-per-view. Location? The moon. All we need is a rocket. How hard do you think it'll be to take over NASA?
Listen to the words I am saying. This whole NWO thing is fake. I made it up. I'm just trying to destabilize Mutiny, that's all. None of this is real.
It's not real? It feels real to me.
It's not, though.
Okay, I understand. It's not real, because we still need to dream it into reality. And we will, because it's out with the old and in with the new world order. You are inspiring.
And you are exhausting.
I thought you said you had this under control.
I do. It's just our truth that's the problem. And then I had to back him up or it would have blown my cover.
Well, we wouldn't want that. It'd be a real shame if I only had one massive insurrection to deal with. Now I'm losing superstars to 2 factions.
I can't help it if I'm so convincing people from both sides are jumping. There's always collateral damage, but at the end of the day, it's working. That's what's important.
You need to end it. Now.
How about I end it next week? We've got some momentum, and I might have already paid for some things to make this NWO movement seem legit, including a non-refundable deposit on an arena, throwback set and all.
Fine, but only because Orton and Gunther are looking for payback. And Mutiny too. So at whatever NWO show you're apparently putting on, you're gonna host an inter-brand fatal 4-way. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and your fake New World Order.
It'll be a night to remember.
Just make sure when it's over, your NWO is forgotten.
The night was a revelation, but let me be clear, it was not a revolution. The so-called NWO revival? Well, the truth is that it was nothing more than a hoax. I stand with Team Raw and SmackDown. Always have, always will. I never meant to target our own Raw and SmackDown talent. But it seems I underestimated just how easily swayed you all were. It's no wonder why Mutiny has been so successful. You need to be smarter. To everyone who thought they were part of something new, understand this. It was all a strategic ploy. The point? To reveal the weak spots in Mutiny's armor, to sort out the tough from the talkers. And guess what? It worked. They broke ranks as soon as they saw a shiny new toy. But now, my WWE friends, it's time to band together. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever's left of it. We all stand against Mutiny. We're not just prepared, we are united, and together we're unstoppable. Mutiny, you're in our sights, and we're coming for you. And our truth, my loyal soldier, listen up. The NWO adventure, it was a blast, but that chapter's over. We need to lace up for the real fight, the one right ahead of us.
I have to hand it to you. Reviving the NWO to draw out the weak links from Mutiny was genius. You really turned the tables on them.
And maybe found myself a disciple in our truth.
He was a wild card, but he helped make it believable. I don't think he would have managed to pry so many members of Mutiny loose otherwise. Their ranks are pretty solid.
Not as solid as they thought. We exposed some serious cracks.
That's true. And I gotta say, the way you played both sides was impressive. Could be a trick we keep up our sleeves.
Absolutely. With the chaos we've created, they won't know who to trust.
We should talk about what's next. I spoke to the GMs, and you're going to defend your Unity titles at WWE Payback.
Mutiny maneuvered their way into a title match?
No, you'll actually be facing Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Might be nice to take a break from battling Mutiny.
Exactly. And since you're facing a team from our side, there's no chance of the titles going back to NXT.
We don't plan on losing either way.
Even though they're not directly involved in the match, I still think Mutiny might try to interfere. And since we all know that Hunter and the board won't do anything about it, I'll be in your corner to watch your backs. Deal?
Sounds good to me.
Amidst all this NXT mutiny chaos, there's one thing that's been catching our eye. Piquing our interest, if you will.
Don't get us wrong. We are Team WWE all the way. We support anyone who's fighting the good fight. But two of our teammates have something we want. The Unity Tag Team Championships. And now, we've been given the opportunity.
And who better to hold the Unity titles than an actual wedded couple? That's real unity. Unlike the current champions whose bond is that they used to train together. Wow, that's deep.
But don't worry, after we relieve you of your titles, all will be well in the world. You can get back to focusing on Mutiny, and everyone can rest easy that the Unity titles are still safe and sound with Team WWE.
One last thing. CM Punk, we hear you're gonna be in the champ's corner. We don't need anyone in ours, since we have each other.
But don't try any funny business out there, okay? Or we'll send you right back to the hospital.
Keep those belts nice and warm, champs. We're coming for you.
That was a big win. And having you out there must have scared Mutiny off, Punk.
Yeah, thanks for the backup.
No problem, but I do have some bad news. Mutiny didn't hit us in the ring because they were busy poaching our roster. I just found out that Shinsuke Nakamura, Shayna Baszler, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa all jumped ship.
Damn.
It's definitely a blow, especially since we don't seem to be getting anyone from their side to join us. Just when we thought things were going well, right?
We've been here before.
We have?
Yeah, this reminds me of when we first started training together. For every stride we made, it seemed like there was a setback. But no matter what happened, you never gave up. It's the reason I knew you were the right person to come in to help us take down Mutiny.
Thanks. That means a lot.
I hate to interrupt here, but we need to figure out what's next. How are we going to counter Mutiny getting stronger?
Sorry, we got a bit off track. Which brand should we focus on? Keep in mind, if I go to Raw, I only have live event matches lined up.
Alba! You are just who I've been looking for.
It's our hilarious WWE class clown. How wonderful.
It is! I have an incredible idea to stop these mutiny attacks once and for all.
Let's have it then. How will we stop Mutiny's insurrection?
Magic. You and Isla Dawn cursed the tag titles. You take opponents out of your path with supernatural forces. You just need to turn that power against Mutiny.
What exactly is it that you expect us to do?
You could turn the mutiny into some big fat toads.
What are you doing?
You could send them on a goose chase down a long, dark road.
Is this a song of some kind?
You could curse them, you could vex them, then together you can hex them.
Stop! Enough!
I just figured there are so many witches in musicals that if I sang...
We are not musical witches.
You won't have to do it alone. I can help you, please. Let me learn from you and Isla. We could be an unholy trinity. We could make up a secret handshake that we spend hours perfecting with spins and clicking heels and all in perfect unison.
No secret handshakes, but fine, we'll give this a try. You can be in our corner for our match against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Be warned though, once you step on this path, there's no turning back. Do you really want to learn our secrets?
Yes! I'll gather up some mandrake root, practice my chanting. I bet I can find a crystal ball. All the witchy stuff.
That will not be necessary. If you're going to hang with the Unholy Union, you'll need to elevate the group, not take it down.
Yes, of course. You want elevation? You are going to get it.
It's time for the Unholy Union to make their presence known. They send a shiver right down my spine.
Chelsea Green and Piper Niven don't look too scared, Byron.
Well, it looks like they've got a new member of their coven.
That's one half of the Unity champions. Why would she be associating with the Unholy Union?
I'm not sure, Saxton, and it doesn't look like Isla and Alba are quite sure either.
Wait a second here. Is she floating?
This is witchcraft!
Well, that spell didn't turn out too well.
At least Chelsea and Piper are amused.
See, Saxton? There was no real magic here.
Isla and Alba do not seem very happy with their new acolyte.
Looks like their coven mate is ready to go anyway. She's leading the charge to the ring.
She's leading it on her own. Isla and Alba have abandoned their new sidekick.
And the witch in training has no idea she's alone.
She does now. The referee's making this a handicap match.
I don't know what was in your wee brain out there, but you owe us an explanation.
You're not the ones who should be mad. You walked out on me, and I ended up in a handicap match. Which I happened to win, by the way.
Let's not lose sight of your little stunt during your entrance. That was an embarrassment.
We did not invite you into our coven to make a mockery of us. Do you even believe in the craft?
What I believe is that most of the roster thinks you are actual real-life witches. That's a mind game that works whether you are or not. I wasn't mocking you, I was trying to do what you asked.
Which was?
You told me to elevate the group, so I thought if I literally elevated myself, it would do the trick. It wasn't my fault that production got me a much smaller platform than I expected, with not enough fog.
See, Alba, this is what we get for bringing home strays.
Please don't give up on me. I'm trying my best. Just give me one more chance, and I'll prove I can witch with the best of them.
Aldous has been after us to do a 3-on-3 match.
I am so good in trios matches. Pick me, pick me.
Oh, I just know I'm going to regret this, but fine. One more chance. But no platforms or fog next week. Just do your regular entrance and try to fit in.
Thank you. I will so fit in. You have no idea how in I'll fit. Oh, the unholy trio. This is great. Should we do the secret handshake now?
No.
It's cool. Maybe next time? We still have to workshop it anyway. This is gonna be great. That was amazing! We showed the world we're not just a coven, we're a team.
Is that what we showed the world?
Because it looks to me like once again, you have made yourself the center of attention with that ridiculous bargain bin Halloween costume.
What is with you, Isla? You told me to fit in. That's what I'm doing.
By dressing as the cliche Wiccans have been trying to get away from for a century. Are you going to take my little dog too?
That's not fair. Go out in that arena and ask everyone you see what a witch looks like. This is what they'll describe.
And that's the problem. You're more concerned with image than action.
You said that everything we do is mind games. How are pratfalls and silly costumes supposed to intimidate Mutiny?
Okay, fine. Then I'll stop pretending and try to do magic for real. Enchanting your opponents, cursing titles. If you can do it, I can too.
You're going to cast a spell? A real, actual spell?
Yes! Yes, I am! If you won't use your magic against Mutiny, then I'll do it myself. And when I'm finished, I'll have made sure Mutiny stays far away from SmackDown. Do you guys know where one might go to cast a spell?
We do have a place.
This seems like a bad idea, but if it gets you out of our hair, I'm all for it.
Okay, you can do this. In shadows deep, while cauldron brews, I cast a wicked spell for use. From Mutiny spite, we shall be free, protected by my sorcery. By spell and rhyme, protection spun. For Mutiny, the joke's begun. SmackDown safe, they're led astray, delayed by paths that twist and sway. See? Magic! I knew it couldn't be that hard.
This is nothing. One time in Wisconsin, nearly everyone missed the show due to a snowstorm. They put R-Truth in charge for the night, and he wouldn't stop talking about seeing eye people for blind dogs.
Ah, classic R-Truth. Hilarious.
You think animals with disabilities is something to joke about?
No, not at all. So, catering was pretty good today, huh?
Yeah, not bad. They didn't overcook the roast beef like usual.
Yeah, totally.
It's so quiet around here, it's kinda eerie.
I know, right? I'm gonna go check if there are any updates on the flight situation.
Didn't you just check?
Yeah, but who knows what could have changed in the last 1 minute and 37 seconds since we've been talking. Not that I'm keeping track of how long this not at all awkward conversation has been going on.
Remind me when you get back to tell you about this hilarious thing my cat did. I even have a video.
Yeah. That sounds great. I'll be right back. Promise.
Okay, well, I'll get the cat video all queued up. Actually, it's 5 separate videos, but if you skip any or watch them out of order, it won't make any sense.
Ooh, I think I just felt my phone vibrate. Could be an update. We'll pick this up later, okay?
I'll be here.
Another victory, but how much longer can the only member of the SmackDown roster in attendance go?
It looks like Lash Legend is calling for more reinforcements.
Who turned out the lights?
It's Isla Dawn and Alba Fire.
Where the hell did they come from?
That's what Lash would like to know.
They couldn't have arrived at a better moment.
Lash Legend wants no part of the Unholy Alliance.
What are they doing now, guys?
That is some kind of witchy voodoo. It's creeping me out.
Nonetheless, I'm getting word that SmackDown's roster has arrived at the arena, and Mutiny is getting the hell out of here.
I don't know if Isla and Alba showing up to protect their friend out of the blue is magic or coincidence, but they've ended Mutiny's attack.
Do you really think I did magic?
I think magic works in unpredictable ways. You tried to cast a spell to keep the SmackDown locker room safe from Mutiny.
And the SmackDown locker room got delayed long enough that Mutiny couldn't attack.
At least, they couldn't attack anyone but you.
Oh, whether it worked or not, you were messing around with forces that you don't understand.
I know. I looked silly, I didn't scare off Mutiny, and nothing really changed.
I'm not going to say we disagree, but...
You might have a touch of magic in you.
Thanks. Just, can you tell me one thing? When you appeared in the ring, was that just special effects, or was it magic?
I'd rather do that handshake again than tell you.
Okay, I'll take that. Let's do it.
Sorry, we can't right now. Michael Cole told us he's got 5 hilarious cat videos to show us.
All right, lay it on us. Did you and the witches really cast a magic spell?
Damn! I owe my partner here $5.
That she does.
I didn't think you were the type who believed in supernatural stuff, punk.
Come on. I've been on ghost hunts for WWE, not to mention this house I remodeled once that had the eeriest feeling on the 3rd floor.
She's still dodging the question, though. All that time with Isla and Alba, the weird flight delay, was it real?
A witch never reveals her secrets, boys.
Well, one thing was real. That beatdown you put on Mutiny.
Yeah, you really held down the fort and put them in their place. Good job.
Hold that thought. My phone's blowing up with some big announcement that Triple H just posted on social media. Let's watch it.
For the past 2 months, the WWE board has kept a close eye on the movement known as NXT Mutiny. As previously stated, we've taken a stance of neutrality. Our position has not changed, but I'm here to announce there will be a clear and definitive end to this conflict at Survivor Series. It will be Raw and SmackDown on one side, NXT Mutiny on the other, squaring off in a best-of-3 series of matches to determine the fate of WWE. If Raw and SmackDown win, they can return things to normal and decide to punish NXT Mutiny for their uprising. If NXT Mutiny wins, WWE might look a whole lot different. There may not even be a Raw or SmackDown anymore. We are prepared for any outcome because this truly is a new era of equal opportunity. I have one more announcement. Before Survivor Series at NXT No Mercy, there will be a special preview match for the Unity Tag Team Championships. On one side, it will be the current champs, and on the other, the former champions from NXT, Jacy Jayne and Alexis King. So Raw, SmackDown, NXT Mutiny, when it comes to Survivor Series, with the future of WWE at stake, are you ready? I said, are you?
I'm so sorry for interrupting Triple H's big announcement. But I have my own to make. It's not going to be JC Jane competing in the Unity title match. Because we're initiating Freebird rules, and I'll be stepping in to make sure we take back what's ours. In fact, taking back the Unity titles is just the first step in taking back all of WWE and getting rid of the dead weight known as SmackDown and Raw. See you soon, dummies.
Are you serious? You know, it's one thing for Hunter to stay neutral, but now he's giving Mutiny a legit opportunity to take control of WWE? This guy's playing favorites. Hell, he might even be one of them.
Who knows at this point?
Fine. If Mutiny is doing Freebird rules for the preview tag match, then so can we. I want in.
You sure that's the right move?
I never got revenge for getting put on the shelf by the Unity champs. This way, I'll get my hands on Lexis King and the traitor who sent them after me.
Okay, you could take my place in the match, but I'll be out there in your corner to watch your backs.
Deal.
All that matters is we defend the titles. We're gonna need all the momentum we can get as we head toward Survivor Series.
Agreed. So let's not lose.
You ready for this, Punk?
I've been waiting for this since the moment all this Mutiny stuff started. So yeah, I'm more than ready.
Not gonna lie, I'm jealous you two are going to get your hands on Bailey. Oh, I was looking forward to hitting her with our whirlwind splash.
At least you'll get to see Punk and I nail her with it from ringside.
I guess that'll do.
Let's stay alert out there. We're heading into enemy territory. Knowing Mutiny, anything can and probably will happen.
Got it.
All right, let's go put some idiots in their places.
Irish whip from Punk on Bailey.
And Punk follows it up with the knee.
And he nails the Bulldog. Vintage CM Punk.
This looks like it could be all over.
And there's the tag.
We've seen the defending champs win matches with the whirlwind splash, and now it's CM Punk's turn.
Wait, what?
Did that just happen?
I can't believe this. CM Punk has sided with Mutiny?
This can't be happening right now.
It's over. We have new Unity Tag Team Champions, all thanks to the shocking turn of one CM Punk.
And now CM Punk is directing Mutiny to attack the former champions. Punk was friends with these two. They trusted him. This is sick.
Honestly, with Punk's track record, we should have seen this coming.
We thought he was one of the leaders of WWE. I don't get it.
You're not the only one.
We could be witnessing the beginning of the end for WWE as we know it.
I hate to agree, Corey, but with CM Punk on their side, Mutiny now has all the momentum leading into the most important Survivor Series ever.
We are headed for dark times.
I've never been one to run from controversy. In fact, some people think wherever I go, I'm the source of it. So let's talk about why I'm here and how it happened. Buckle up. This story begins before I ever returned to WWE. Raw was in Chicago and my old friend Bailey invited me to stop by. Before I was asked to leave, Bailey and I reminisced about her time in NXT, which gave me an idea. If I was going to sign another WWE contract, sure, I wanted a main event WrestleMania, but that wasn't enough. I wanted to create real, permanent change. A legacy. After I signed, I went to the PC and met the men and women there. They had all the talent in the world, but once they left NXT, they were at the mercy of the corporate overlords who didn't give a damn about their stories, their abilities, or what they had done to get to that point. Year after year, NXT would build stars only to have them stolen by the so-called main roster and then tossed aside. If NXT management wasn't going to do anything about it, I was. NXT was the voiceless who needed my voice. With Bailey on board, we recruited Kevin Owens and the NXT roster and we started a movement. Powerful and permanent change. A legacy. And now with Triple H and the board's blessing, thanks, Paul! We not only have a seat at the table, but the chance to smash that table to pieces. It wasn't easy getting to this point. Friendships broken. Lies were told. Sacrifices had to be made. The night of the big invasion, I had to listen to the start of my own revolution as I lay on the concrete floor pretending to be a victim. All I could do was smile on the inside, knowing that my mutiny had begun. As that mutiny unfolded, I even had most of the locker room and the WWE Universe thinking Triple H was on our side. Crazy, right? Or is it? Unfortunately, for the plan to work, I couldn't be upfront with certain individuals. Namely, the now former Unity champions. When you were busy trying to start a new world order, who do you think riled up R-Truth and got the Raw and SmackDown rosters fighting each other? That would be me. I managed to delay the entire SmackDown roster from getting to the building on time, leaving you to fight all alone. And you thought it was magic? Don't be ridiculous. You two used to train together, right? Maybe just quit WWE now and go open up a gym. Early retirement. This is your chance to get out before someone gets hurt. Maybe someday you'll understand why I did what I did. But for now, just know that it was for the greater good. When Mutiny reaches its endgame, I will leave WWE not only better, but entirely different than it was when I arrived. And that's a change that was long overdue. So anyone else out there who's on the fence, I implore you to do what's right and get on board the NXT Mutiny Revolution now. Because after Survivor Series, you do not want to be on the wrong side of history.
I wanted to get the four of us together after everything that happened with Punk. How are you two holding up?
Not great. Definitely didn't see that one coming.
No one did. Punk had us all doubting Triple H. Turns out he was just trying to divert attention away from himself the entire time.
This feels like that winter when we both got hurt doing that insane drill.
Oh yeah. You messed up your knee and I broke my arm. We were the walking wounded for a while there.
Yeah, at first we were helpless and ready to sit out until we healed up. But after a week or so, we started to figure out how to help each other compensate for what we were missing.
So you figured out how to get by?
You can use that experience. You don't need Punk. You never did. You have each other.
I guess you're right. But even though we have each other, we still need help if we're going to defeat Mutiny at Survivor Series.
I know you couldn't trust anyone in the locker room before, but now you don't really have a choice. And besides, in the time since Mutiny formed, certain individuals have proven their loyalty to our side. We should start there.
Keep in mind, these superstars will compete for us in the best-of-3 series. Everything is at stake, including our livelihoods and the future of WWE. So choose carefully.
Which brand do you want to go recruit first?
I'll start on SmackDown talking to superstars from the women's division.
Okay. You have our full support.
Yeah, welcome back. It feels like you haven't been around in forever. You have no idea how much you've been missed.
Aw, you noticed? How sweet. I don't suppose this enthusiastic greeting has anything to do with Survivor Series.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the most dominant woman in the whole damn sport and everyone knows it. Obviously, the office's recruiter-in-chief would glom on the second I walk through the locker room door.
I wouldn't call it glomming, Rhea. While you were off on your break, you might have missed the fact that a WWE civil war has broken out.
Oh, I'm well aware. Everyone's looking over their shoulder. Nobody trusts anyone. There's a sense of paranoia in the air. It's intoxicating. I love the chaos.
People are saying that obviously you'd return and join Mutiny. Sounds like that might be true.
People are saying is one of the greatest cop-outs of the modern age. Is that what you're saying? That I'm gonna stab WWE in the back so I can go enjoy the freedom of being ordered around by CM Punk?
Okay, that doesn't sound like you. But it is pretty clear that you're taking a certain amount of joy standing on both sides of the line. You need to pick a team.
I don't need to do anything. Besides, I'm not the woman you give the ultimatum to. I'm the woman who gets what I want.
And that is?
Picking up right where I left off. Main events, championships, you get the idea.
I have a lot of pull with the GMs on both brands. You join our Survivor Series team. I think I can arrange all that for you.
Make that happen, and I'm on board. Just remember, we're on this ride to the end no matter how brutal things get.
It's a deal. I'll talk to the GMs and get you right back to the spot you were in before you went away. Then you announce you're joining our Survivor Series team to take down Mutiny.
I'm in. Go pull the necessary strings.
I never thought I'd say this, but Rhea Ripley, you are a sight for sore eyes. When our mutual friend told me you were going to join our Survivor Series team...
Don't get ahead of yourself, Aldous. This is a transactional arrangement, and you still owe me what I want.
So I guess this isn't a done deal yet? I thought you were locked in. I'll need to speak to our team captains about this.
Is there an issue here? I don't want to join a side that doesn't have their act together.
Everything is fine. We believe our Team WWE leaders are doing an excellent job.
Unless you count getting manipulated by Punk and losing the Unity titles, sure. Entrusting the future of WWE to a draft pick and a person they trained with years ago seems a little sus. But you do you, Mr. General Manager.
If the seeds of dissent you sow ever took flower, well, we would all reap chaos.
Poetic. Now, how are you going to compensate me in exchange for leading WWE into war with Mutiny?
I heard you wanted to get right back to where you were when you left. To that end, I am prepared to put you against your old enemy, Liv Morgan, for her Women's World Championship.
So you want to put a target on my back? Everyone who's been here working for a title opportunity will be gunning for me.
Look, I'm just trying to make this deal happen. What do you propose?
I'm going to earn the title opportunity like I've earned everything. Set up a match with me against your top contenders.
Why make things harder for yourself?
It's not harder for me, Aldous. It's harder for them. Make the #1 contenders match now.
Rhea, I thought that was you. You weren't here last time, but now you are. And that means the damn space-time continuum is misbehaving again.
I cannot even begin to understand what you're on about now, Truth. I'm about to take the Women's World Championship and a few teeth from Liv Morgan, so I haven't got time to deal with this.
It's fine. Go ahead. Ask.
Ask what?
First Cody, now you. Everyone wants to use the time machine on this playthrough.
If you weren't mad, I'd hijack your time machine, drag us into the post-apocalyptic future, and rule the desert wasteland in my big rig as Queen of the Outback while you entertain me as my court jester.
That doesn't sound like much fun for me. Too much sand, and I hate going to court. So I'll pass. Either way, don't get any ideas. The time machine is most definitely made up and not a real thing. Got it?
Whatever, Truth. I'm focused on reality, which is me winning the Women's World Championship.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley!
Rhea Ripley just defeated one of her greatest enemies to become Women's World Champion. Mommy's on top once again.
Mommy's always on top, Saxton.
Well, look who it is. The woman of the hour. What a coincidence running into you here.
The airport of the very city I'm challenging Bianca in tonight. Highly coincidental, Punk. How goes the big mutiny?
You're right, Rhea. It's not a coincidence me being here. And mutiny is exactly what I want to talk to you about.
You know WWE wants me on their Survivor Series team.
And I want you to lead ours. You are the future of this business, and everyone knows it. Mutiny knows it. I know it. You've gone against the tide your whole career. You are the face of rebellion for millions of people. So join ours. Join us.
and declare myself Mutiny while carrying both of WWE's women's championships? Talk about going against the tide. That would make waves.
You're damn right it would. Because you'd be carrying those 2 WWE belts into Mutiny to challenge Io Sky for our NXT Women's Championship.
That's a pretty big bet you're making. What if I beat Io and take your title back to WWE? Your chances at Survivor Series drop to 0.
If there's one thing I'm confident of, it's that Rhea Ripley is not going to end up fighting for the machine.
All right, make the match. I'll take care of business against Bianca, then we'll find out together if your confidence is warranted.
Here's your winner, and the new WWE Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley!
We've got ourselves a double women's champion. Rhea Ripley has done it!
What an incredible win over a valiant Bianca Belair. 2 championships in less than a week? Incredible!
Congratulations, Rhea. What an achievement.
To win the Women's World Championship and the WWE Women's Championship in the space of 4 days is nothing short of incredible.
I don't think anyone can question your dominance at this point, myself included.
That's so generous of you. Both of you. Really?
We were just wondering, now that you've accomplished your goal of getting right back to the top of the mountain.
Can we make the announcement that you have officially joined WWE's Survivor Series team?
There's just one more little thing I have to do.
And what's that?
I've got to make a quick trip down to Orlando.
What did he offer you?
The same thing you did. A championship match. So I'm going down to NXT Mutiny. I'm going to win their women's championship. And then once I have all the gold, I'll decide which lucky side gets to have me.
Are you for real? This is a betrayal.
It might be. Might not. You'll find out one way or another right after my match.
You can't just tell us now what you're going to do?
I don't even know yet. So you have to wait. Brutal, huh?
Less than a week, Rhea Ripley has returned to WWE and won all 3 of the women's championships.
A historic accomplishment, Cole.
But what is Ripley doing now?
Incoming!
That almost took the referee's head off.
Let's go! Wait a second. She's not thinking.
I think she is, Saxton.
Rhea Ripley is going to throw the WWE championships in the trash.
Or the NXT women's title.
We're about to find out which side she's on. Io just lost her title, and now it might end up in the trash.
What is Rhea Ripley going to do?
No! Rhea Ripley has joined Mutiny!
Mutiny just scored a huge victory in the war against WWE.
Io looks overjoyed for someone who just lost.
And the odds in Survivor Series have radically shifted in Mutiny's favor.
Thanks for meeting us here, Bianca. We thought we had a sure thing with Rhea. You're doing us a huge favor by offering to step in and join Team WWE for Survivor Series.
Wins and losses are just business. But what Rhea did, throwing my championship in the trash, I wasn't going to stand for that.
The disrespect is unbelievable.
And turns out Rhea didn't care about Mutiny either.
I know. I just read on social media that she gave the NXT Women's Championship back to Punk and Io, vacated the other 2, and then took off again. What was the point, even?
All Rhea cares about is chaos, while the main thing on my mind is figuring out what we do to take down Mutiny. You got the EST on your team now, so what's next?
I'm heading over to Raw to get us one more ally.
Just make sure you choose carefully. We got a lot riding on this.
Don't worry, I will.
I was wondering when you were going to show up.
Cody? I didn't expect to see you here.
Why? Expecting some lackey to encourage you to get into some live event matches? There's no time for that. NXT is in jeopardy. We need to push back against Mutiny now. I hear you're putting together the team for Survivor Series. I want in.
And you'd be a heck of an addition. But I'm surprised to see you this fired up about NXT.
It's not just a brand. It's the future of the entire industry at stake. If Mutiny wins this war, you can forget about NXT being the place that nurtures and develops the next generation of superstars. This whole mutiny is about one thing, nurturing and developing CM Punk. Seeing NXT like this, I can't and won't stand idly by.
We need more than just a pocket full of fiery speeches. Have you got a plan, or just a sledgehammer?
I'm not one to play games, so I'd say we need to take the fight right to the top.
The top? Punk plays the long game, and he knows the threat you pose. He's too smart to engage with you directly.
KO isn't, so I'll take the fight to him. If we destabilize Owens, we start chipping away at Mutiny's foundation. NXT's future is ticking away. Let me do this.
Welcome aboard. I have a feeling you're going to be WWE's dream and Mutiny's nightmare.
Man, Cody, you'll never believe what I just saw. Randy Orton ran in and attacked someone in the middle of a match. I think he might have joined Mutiny.
Yeah, that was my match. He attacked me.
Okay, so you saw it too. Call me crazy, but I think this whole mutiny thing might actually be a real problem.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching the future of this industry get torn apart.
And that's one of the top 3 worst things to see get torn apart. And now they got Randy? Mutiny's getting stronger by the minute. There's got to be something we can do.
Well, every time I turn around, they add another heavy hitter. So unless you've got a time machine, maybe just quiet down and let me think.
A time machine? Yeah, I got one of those.
What?
I found it in a closet next to a sports almanac. I hooked it up to the ambulance in the parking lot, so if I ever got hurt, I could go back in time to before I got hurt and try to warn myself not to get hurt.
You're actually serious? You have a time machine?
Of course, but I don't see how a time machine can fight mutiny. It's pretty fragile.
Because if we could go back to 2011, before Punk's big rise, we might be able to stop mutiny before it even starts.
Then it sounds like you and me got a date with destiny, and not the one who works at the sandwich shop down the street. Let's go. If my calculations are correct, we should be in the age of the dinosaurs. Actually, scratch that. We're in 2011. So Cody, you better find some retro clothes and dye your hair. Quick.
Right. And then we try to find Punk.
Oh, he's here. Tonight, I'm going to interfere in John Cena's match, helping CM Punk win. Wait, why would I do that? I don't like CM Punk or Mutiny.
I think you mean the 2011 version of you is going to do all that.
That makes way more sense. Point is, if I don't run in, Cena stays up. Punk doesn't break out, so he never sits down. Get it?
Not quite.
If Cena wins, there's no money in the bank match. So no Punk rise, no pipe bomb promo, no mutiny.
So it sounds like we've got to take 2011 R-Truth out before he interferes in that match and helps Punk.
We? No, you gotta do it. If I see myself, it could break the space-time condominium.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that. I'll do it.
R-Truth is on a collision course with WWE Champion John Cena.
Look out!
What the hell is Cody Rhodes doing?
It worked, Cody. Cena took down Punk without a hitch. CM Punk really should have thanked me for setting everything in motion.
Agreed. But now let's get out of here. I forgot how uncomfortable this mask is.
We can't roll out yet. We gotta make sure everything's even Steve.
You mean even Steven? So you want me to help CM Punk win a match?
No. We have to make things so fair that even Steve has a shot. Whoever Steve is. So you've got to beat Cena next week so he doesn't get too big. You and me can bunk in the ambulance until then. Time team sleepover. I bought snacks while you were taking the younger me out.
Truth, we have a time machine. We can just jump ahead to next week.
Oh, right. Well, hopefully those salty crackers I bought will appreciate in value. Never know. Well, Cody, the time team did it. CM Punk never got his big shot. He's not even in the WWE anymore. He's now hosting the third most successful hockey podcast out of Chicago. I hear it's good. Not great, but good.
So Survivor Series isn't a match between WWE and Mutiny?
Nope, just a normal event. Should be a good one. Apparently Randy Orton has a title defense against Rey Mysterio. I can try to get us tickets, if you want.
Randy's a champion now? I might need to knock him down a peg for that attack on me when he joined Mutiny.
But Cody, because of what we did, that never happened. You might not remember this, but we went back in time. That changed the future, which is now the present. And the present is a gift. And a gift can only be returned for store credit. So you've got to leave Randy alone.
It's still real to me. I'm going to take him on next week. Not for a title or anything. This one's just personal.
All right, but seriously, let me know about those tickets to Survivor Series. I don't want this friendship to fall apart just because the Time Team is no longer going on adventures that alter the fabric of reality.
I'll keep you posted.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think the Time Team might have messed up.
You think? Randy Orton is leading Mutiny now?
Yeah, and it's way bigger and badder than before. When we took out Punk and Cena, we left a power vacuum, and Randy Orton sucked himself right in like a dust bunny with an agenda.
Then why aren't we fighting Mutiny at Survivor Series?
Because we already lost, years ago. Orton broke the Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania 30. His power grew from there. The Shield didn't break up, he destroyed it. And once he took over the Wyatt family, the seeds of mutiny were planted.
We created a monster.
A monster who's turned NXT into his personal kingdom. He's removed all developmental elements, forcing young wrestlers to engage in sadistic combat for his amusement. And he's not great about restocking the paper towels.
Damn.
In retrospect, we really should have seen this coming. In every time travel movie, things always get way more complicated than the main characters first thought.
A lot of good that does us now. How do we fix this?
It's not going to be easy. If only we had a time machine.
We do. That's how we got into this mess.
Oh, yeah. Then it'll be considerably easier. I'll go back to 2011 and take out you from 2 weeks ago before you take out me from 13 years ago. That should undo most of the mess we've made.
And what do I do?
We need to be sure Orton is taken care of. So I'm going to send you back to take him out of his most vulnerable point in history. WrestleMania 31.
WrestleMania 31? That was 2015. That means...
Stardust!
That's what I was afraid of.
Here is your winner, Stardust!
Stardust has just etched his name among the immortals. A shocking upset here at WrestleMania.
This could be the beginning of the end of Orton's dominance. Stardust might very well have shaken the foundations of WWE here tonight. Unbelievable!
Well, looks like we straightened it all out. We've successfully returned things to the exact same terrible place we started from. That's the Time Team success story.
Hey, we somehow kept Randy Orton on Team WWE. That's a win.
I guess that must have been the butter knife effect. Anyway, I'm thinking we need to junk that time machine. There might have been a reason it was hidden in that closet in a box that said, "Do not open under any circumstances."
Yeah, that's probably a smart move. Let's quit before we screw anything else up.
You sure you don't want to go back to 2012 and shave that mustache?
Tempting, but nah. I'm good.
So you're saying Randy Orton joined Mutiny, but also was the leader of Mutiny, and they were way worse. But also now, he's not a part of Mutiny?
When you say it like that, it sounds crazy. But yeah, pretty much.
No one's even going to mention how crazy it is we're talking about a time machine?
Are you sure this wasn't just a very vivid dream?
I did mistake one of Pharaoh's dog treats for a protein bar right after we talked earlier. Made me pretty lightheaded, and the next thing I knew, all of this started. Maybe you've got a point.
It would be cool if time machines were real, though. Can you imagine the cool things you could do?
I could have had a chance to face Molly Holly in her prime, to see firsthand how her power and tenacity made her a champion. That would have pushed me to new heights.
Since time isn't on our side, how about we discuss strategy?
There's only so much we can do before Survivor Series, but I'd sure like to bring those Unity tag titles back where they belong.
Especially now that we've got a powerhouse duo to go get them.
You want the two of us to team up?
Interesting.
And dangerous. In a good way.
Yeah. And Punk doesn't need to know that we have anything to do with it.
To do with what? We're just two superstars going after some titles.
And we're not coming home without them.
Have you two come for a friendly chat, or is this some sort of an ambush?
We came to inform you that we are about to become the newest Unity champions, because you're about to give us a title match.
You two? Interesting. Not the combination I would have expected. How about I schedule a warm-up match just to see how this all works?
No warm-ups. If Punk controls the present, the future looks bleak. I've seen enough to know we need to act now. We're here to change the course and ensure a better tomorrow by claiming those titles before Survivor Series.
Fair enough. I should warn you, though, Punk is not eager to hand out Unity title shots, especially to a team from WWE.
We figured. What's it going to take?
The word is that the only way for a team from our side to earn a shot at the Unity Championships is in a 4-way tornado tag match at NXT Mutiny. If you want those titles before Survivor Series, you'll have to run through their best teams.
Trying to sap our strength? He's just delaying the inevitable. Every moment on this timeline is a step towards our victory.
Okay. If you want me to make arrangements, I will. But you'll be walking into the lion's den.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Set it up.
Here are your winners. The team of Bianca Belair and Cody Rhodes.
These two just defy the odds and earn themselves a shot. The Unity titles.
They defied the odds and CM Punk's plans, Cole. He was hoping to wear these two down. Now he's got to put those Unity titles on the line.
Did you see those social media posts? They're trying to sound tough, but we've got them rattled.
That's exactly why I'm concerned.
You think Punk's gonna put up some hurdles? I've been clearing those since before I got into WWE, and I'll keep doing it.
Let him try to unsettle us. It won't work. We're fighting for the future. His tricks won't change that.
Don't start doubting us now.
Never. I've seen what you both can do. As soon as you said you were willing to fight alongside my partner and I, there was no other choice. But we've all been on the receiving end of Punk's deception before, and I've got a bad feeling about this.
You think there was something more to them saying they were going to make SmackDown a mutiny arena?
Maybe, but they also don't know we're working together. You'll have your hands full with Bayley and Lexis King. We'll patrol the arena and shut down any mutiny interference.
Those Unity titles are as good as ours.
It looks like the rumors are true. Mutiny is planning an attack.
But they didn't plan for this.
Tony D'Angelo? After what happened backstage, I don't think he's making it out here.
Well, Punk expected reinforcements, but the Unity champions are on their own tonight.
She whips Bayley into the corner.
And a massive clothesline. Bayley is down. We've seen this before.
A massive whirlwind splash.
And King can't do anything about it.
This will do it.
Chad Patton has stopped counting.
Maybe he forgot what number comes next.
Looks like they're going to remind him.
Wait, Bayley with the roll-up. It's over.
Chad Patton knew how to count that time.
That was a fast count. What the heck heck is going on here?
Chad Patton is running away with Mutiny before anyone else can argue.
This is a new low. Mutiny has infiltrated the referees.
Are we really surprised at this point when it comes to what Mutiny will do?
Hold on, it looks like Lexus King got left behind.
Yeah, and he's just realizing that right now.
Doesn't look like Lexus King's going anywhere.
Are these 4 superstars our team for Survivor Series? We may have lost this one, but now Lexus King is going to pay. And the other members of Mutiny are letting it happen.
No honor among thieves.
This could be a preview of Survivor Series.
This doesn't look good for King.
No, it does not.
And down onto the ringside floor.
What a chaotic SmackDown. A longtime WWE official has joined Mutiny.
But Team WWE answered with 4 unstoppable superstars. Survivor Series can't come soon enough.
A crooked referee? Ugh, just when we thought Punk couldn't stoop any lower.
I can't believe I didn't see it coming. I hate being a step behind him. At least we laid out Lexus.
Laid out Lexus. Try saying that 5 times fast. And now Punk stepping in? So, a perfect pair pins a Punk when a Punk pounces into play.
Precisely. And since Punk's the one we want to pummel, let's have the GMs make the match no DQ.
I don't like that.
Well, we've got 1 episode of SmackDown before Survivor Series. Let's go out to the ring and deliver a message to Mutiny that they can't ignore.
And even though the entire team will be out there, let's make sure Punk knows the message is coming from the 2 of us.
Then we should lean into our personalities, use what we do best.
Nothing annoys a tough guy more than having a laugh at his expense. I think it's time for some classic cosplay.
I've always thought you'd make a great Bailey, and I think I could be a convincing Punk.
Agreed. Let's gather the troops and the sewing machines.
Hold on, that's not Mutiny making their way to the ring, but it sure looks like it. Someone has definitely been studying their opponents.
Look out, I think CM Punk just got hurt.
You'd think we were transported to NXT.
Look at KO, he looks really focused and ready to go.
The swagger, the intensity, it's spot on.
And Io Sky looks like she's had a few too many.
They say laughter is the best medicine, and this might just be the prescription WWE needed tonight.
Mutiny are going to need prescriptions after these 4 done with them at Survivor Series.
You have to believe Mutiny is paying close attention right now.
I assume everyone's laser focused as we head into Survivor Series.
Let's hear what Team WWE has to say.
Your savior is here. I am CM Punk, and I have come to rescue WWE and revolutionize this entire sport so that I can benefit.
And me too, right?
We'll see, Bailey.
You're the boss. Watching you orchestrate all these double crosses is so reassuring for your second in command.
That's the kind of loyalty that keeps us on top.
I thought it was all the cheating.
CM Punk has heard enough.
I guess imitation is the highest form of flattery. Or maybe this is all just hero worship. But while you're busy out there clowning around, Mutiny is continuing our takeover. And after Survivor Series, our dominance will be undeniable.
Which one is the real Punk? What Midwestern city are you from? Only the real CM Punk would know that. It's not like he constantly talks about it and has made it the cornerstone of his oh-so-authentic, down-to-earth, blue-collar personality.
Bailey, ding dong, hello. It's the Windy City, which is perfect because I'm full of hot air.
You're so intent on entertaining everyone, aren't you? Well, if it's a show you want, I'm more than happy to oblige. Because as it turns out, you're not the only ones at SmackDown tonight wearing Mutiny colors. And trust me, the others are not playing dress up.
The real mutiny is here.
Survivor Series can wait, but apparently we can't. Looks like we're about to have a 4-on-4 match right here on SmackDown after this break.
Team WWE is already running on all cylinders. What a win against Mutiny here tonight.
They certainly look ready for Survivor Series. And as for Mutiny, well, CM Punk has got to be wondering if sending these 4 in was a good idea.
Here we are. The future of WWE rests entirely on our shoulders.
No pressure, though.
After we expose Mutiny for the clowns they are, I'm pretty sure they're walking into Survivor Series with their eyes way off the prize. We got them.
Now we just have to keep them off balance.
You have something in mind?
We need to keep the pressure on. You know they're going to use every trick in the book, so we need to beat them to the punch.
The time for talk is over. Let's go out there and start the series with a win.
Better yet, let's make it 2 wins. I don't think we're ever gonna get to that 3rd and final Unity title match, no matter what Mutiny tries to pull.
So long as we have this kind of faith in each other, I know I'm going to walk out of Survivor Series on the winning side.
Setting EO up for a suplex here.
Shades of Eddie Guerrero.
Hold on. EO's got backup.
But Team WWE was ready.
Wait a second.
Asuka with the poison mist.
Where did she come from?
EO with a moonsault from out of nowhere.
The genius of the sky had a genius plan.
And that'll do it.
Mutiny has drawn first blood here at Survivor Series, and WWE is on its heels, down 1-0.
You have to wonder if we're even going to see a Unity title match tonight in that 3rd and final contest. Kevin Owens could make this a series sweep of Team WWE.
This night could go from bad to worse.
How's she doing after that missed attack from Asuka?
They're flushing her eyes out in the trainer's room. I think she's angrier than she is hurt, but now we are playing from behind.
It's our own damn fault. How didn't we see Asuka coming?
Overconfidence. We were looking one way and they slipped the knife right in our backs. But we're going to be ready for them this time.
They've used crooked refs, blindside attacks, and chances are that's going to be the theme of the night. How do we hold them off?
You two head to Gorilla and make sure we don't see a repeat of Kyrie and Bailey's interference.
What are you gonna do?
Collect our mad-as-hell partner from the trainer's room. We'll try to stop Mutiny from coming through the crowd.
That sounds like a plan.
When we were training together, you ever imagine we'd be the last line of defense protecting the future of WWE?
As a matter of fact, yeah. Tonight is what I've been imagining for a very long time.
Let's go tie this thing up.
We're right back in this thing.
Kevin Owens got taken apart out there.
It helped that it was finally a fair fight. Did you have to stop Mutiny from interfering?
Nope. I was in Gorilla the whole time and they never showed. You?
Your partner and I split up to cover the crowd and nobody came my way. Maybe they shot their shot with Asuka and Damage Control.
It's possible, but I'd bet Punk and Bailey have another trick or 2 up their sleeves.
That's what we're expecting. My partner and I have been through just about everything together. We've seen it all, and we're ready for whatever they throw at us.
Where is your partner?
I don't know. You haven't seen him since the last match?
No. Maybe that's why Mutiny never interfered. They were busy attacking him.
I'm going to find him.
You don't have time. You have to get to Gorilla for your match. This is our last chance to stop Mutiny.
We'll find him. You just go out there and win this thing.
That's it. The Civil War is over.
No! Bailey is not ready to give up on the rebellion.
And the referee's helpless since it's no disqualification.
Is that who I think it is?
We thought Mutiny had taken out half of our team.
They may have taken a shot, but this leader of Team WWE isn't going down that easily.
Bailey and Punk don't look so confident all of a sudden.
What they look is scared, Saxton. They see Mutiny crumbling before their very eyes.
Team WWE has Mutiny on the ropes.
Oh my God.
What? What is happening?
I'll tell you what's happening. We're seeing yet another defection.
At the worst possible time. With everything these two have been through, I never thought I'd see this.
This is a shocking betrayal. It's a choice that can't be taken back.
These two have so much history.
That's what Punk excels at, Saxton. Divisiveness.
You should have seen this coming.
You hear that? You should have seen this coming.
Maybe we all should have.
Come on, you made your point.
It's what Mutiny's done for months, beating WWE in the most humiliating way possible.
Go to sleep!
This is tough to watch. No, don't count it. Come on.
The referee doesn't have a choice.
It's over.
Mutiny has prevailed, and WWE will never be the same.
Is it even WWE anymore? I never thought I'd see this day come.
Is there anyone who somehow can reclaim the legacy of this company?
I think it might be too late.
There's nothing left to say here. This is disgusting.
So, this is it. NXT Mutiny. I know you've been anxious to see behind the scenes.
I wanted to make sure everything you told me was true.
Make sure? You're not doubting your decision, are you?
No, I'm not doubting my decision. I think we can do something really special here.
Exactly. And it's just like I was telling you, if we expand Mutiny and make it even stronger, we can reshape this company into what the industry deserves. With your former partner out of the way and fired from WWE, this is our chance.
The idea of expansion is what got me on board. And being an actual leader, not just a follower called in to do someone else's bidding. I always felt like she was treating me that way, regardless of the fact we were supposed to be equal partners, even back when we were just training together.
Well, none of that is going to happen with us. You have a seat at the top here in Mutiny, right next to me, Bailey, and KO. We're all calling the shots. Together, there's nothing we can't do.
Speaking of calling the shots, I did have an idea. If we're really taking the reins here, we need to start aiming at the top. The board. Triple H.
I like the sound of that.
Let me loop you in on everything first. Now that we won Survivor Series, we have Raw, we have SmackDown, and we have WrestleMania. We have big plans for Mania, a celebration to really kick off our dominance.
You're just excited to finally main event.
Well, I'm certainly not unexcited by it, Bailey. Just like you're excited to actually be on the posters this year.
My face right in the center, baby. Make 'em look at me.
You take the Night 1 poster, I'll take Night 2.
Not sure where that leaves me, but we'll worry about that later. First, I think you owe the fans an explanation about why you chose to join Mutiny.
Looking forward to it. I got a lot to say. Everybody in the WWE universe, or should I say, Mutiny universe, is asking why I did what I did at Survivor Series. So I'm here to tell you why I made the choice to stand with the rebellion, so there could be no mistake about my intentions. Although this wasn't always the plan, I came into WWE to help someone I cared about stop mutiny, to hold back the tide. But then I found out that the tide was inevitable. I remember the first time I heard Mutiny's mission. I drank it up. It made so much sense to me. It represented everything I've ever wanted. A chance to elevate the worthy. So when Punk approached me before Survivor Series, it was an easy yes. I made my choice because I saw what the future of WWE really is. Survival of the fittest. And the fittest have proven who they are. I know everyone thinks that I'm just a schemer, that maybe this was just another one-off swerve to surprise people with the unexpected. But it was time to step up and take matters into my own hands. That's the kind of attitude you'll be seeing from me now that I've stood on the right side of history. I'm excited to show you that new attitude on the debut episode of Raw Mutiny, when I challenge for the NXT Championship. An NXT title match on the first ever Raw Mutiny? Feels pretty can't miss to me!
Yes, we have a new NXT champion. Good for them.
Real original. One of Mutiny's leaders basically gave themselves a title.
I can't wait for my contract to expire. This is painful.
It's the hero we've been waiting for. They're back.
And the champion has no idea.
This is payback for Survivor Series.
They're getting out of Dodge before Mutiny shows up.
Maybe there's hope after all.
We thought WWE was dead and gone after Survivor Series, but it seems like there's still a pulse.
I hope you're right, Cole, but I fear what retaliation the new champion is capable of.
My ex-partner already had their chance to talk to the Mutiny Universe. Now, it's my turn. I talk, you listen. Because the only thing you made clear was how much of a coward you are. You came in with the best intentions. Does that even matter after what you did? And I don't even believe you anyway. You say you drank up Mutiny's mission, and maybe that's true. But I see Mutiny's mission for what it really is. A selfish attempt to put yourself first and steal what you can't earn. I should have never pulled you in from MMA. You don't deserve WWE. That's why I'm going to make sure I save it. From you.
Your old buddy taking you out on the very first episode of Raw Mutiny? Not the best look.
Really? You had to be expecting some sort of retaliation after Survivor Series.
Yes, but you put an even bigger target on your back by going after the NXT Championship right away.
You said you were on board with me calling my shot. Remember? Besides, who would be a better champion anyway? Got someone else in mind?
It's not about who I have in mind. It's about who's the best in the ring. Mutiny doesn't anoint champions, just like we don't crown first draft picks or make anyone grab a dumb brass ring. Not with me in charge.
And why did you put yourself in the main event of WrestleMania? Maybe a bit hypocritical. Besides, we're in charge. We need to think bigger. If you really believe in breaking down the establishment, we need to do what I said. It's time to take out Triple H.
We can't do that.
Why not?
It's not a smart move.
Do I have a voice here or not, punk?
You do have a voice. But you don't have the full picture. Triple H has been working with us from the beginning.
What?
Listen, I trust you. That's why I'm telling you this. Bailey and KO don't even know.
When did this start?
When I came back to WWE, my conversation with Hunter back then, it wasn't about mending fences. It was about breaking down walls. Triple H has been wanting to shake things up for a while now. Sometimes, it just takes some time to put a plan into motion. And what better way to leverage the brand he helped build?
So everyone who was accusing Triple H of working with Mutiny was right all along?
Yes, but they don't need to know that. Nobody does. It's better with Hunter as our silent partner. He can do more that way, so that's how it needs to stay. Listen, I know this is a lot, but we need to focus on taking care of your former partner. We should team up to get rid of her once and for all. Bailey's been itching to get back into action. I think she should be a part of this. I'll announce it on social media.
You know what? Not Bailey. KO.
Really? Your call? Despite everything that happened after, You becoming our new champion was a great night for Mutiny.
You're damn right it was. And we're just getting started.
Well, if it isn't our new champion, congratulations. And what a rude clapback after the fact. Your old partner's clearly jealous.
Thanks.
You seem distracted. Championship pressure already getting to your head?
I just got some interesting news. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about something.
Shoot.
Do you ever miss being in charge? Must get tiring following Punk around like a sheep.
Hey, I'm no sheep. I have as much say around here as you do.
Which is not very much. It's clear that Punk is pulling the strings to get himself ahead. I don't blame him. I kind of just wish I thought of it first. And I'm surprised you didn't. You always seemed like such a leader to me.
I see what you're doing, and I don't appreciate it.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm in the same boat as you and just asking questions. Like, what do you think Punk's endgame really is?
If I get to dominate the women's division and crush dummies along the way, then who cares?
Interesting. Well, turns out I have a chance for you to crush some dummies. We're teaming up to take down my former partner, and I asked Punk to put you in the match.
Looking forward to it.
This is terrible. I don't even know what to say.
I wish I had something inspirational to tell you, Saxton, but that result just solidified Mutiny's grasp on this company.
Their well-deserved victory. Kind of annoyed I wasn't in the match, though.
Oh, I don't blame you. Punk was insistent that it be KO instead of you. You know you were my choice. I pushed back, but Punk finally told me that Triple H was the one who wanted KO in the match.
Triple H? Why would he care? And why would Punk listen to him?
Wait. You don't know?
What are you talking about?
Okay, I have something to tell you. Punk confessed the truth to me. He's been working for Hunter the whole time.
What? Was this whole thing some sort of game for them? Why didn't they tell me?
I don't know. It seems like a power grab for both of them. I was angry when I found out, but I can't imagine how you feel hearing it like this. When I joined Mutiny, I thought it was for the greater good. But now we've traded one master for two others.
Punk and Triple H.
Yeah. They're even making me take on my former partner in a singles match. They're saying it's best for business.
But she should be gone. You just beat them.
I know, but we're powerless.
Unless...
Unless what?
I'm thinking I should talk to KO. Maybe it's time we take matters into our own hands. That's what you said when you joined Mutiny, right?
It was.
Thank you for trusting me.
Of course. I'm not like Punk. And just make sure you tell KO to keep all of this between us. Especially the Triple H part.
I got you.
Decisive victory for Mutiny. Can you believe the loser was once our #1 draft pick?
From the top of WWE to exiled.
And here comes the Mutiny blast to revel in their triumph.
Real tough after what that competitor just went through.
And here we go with the gloating. Typical Mutiny.
For better or worse, these are now the individuals who control what's left of WWE.
What the hell? What is happening?
It's a mutiny! A mutiny! They've turned on Punk!
Why? He's the leader.
I think you mean was. It looks like he's been replaced by the NXT champion.
Look at Punk's face. That's pure shock and hatred right there.
But Mutiny's new leader doesn't give a damn.
Go to sleep on Punk.
This Hell in a Cell match may be over, but CM Punk is entering his own personal hell.
And there's no way out.
For Punk, for any of us.
Remember what I said a few weeks ago about survival of the fittest? CM Punk was not fit to lead this mutiny. Punk, You were keeping one too many secrets. You don't keep secrets from your allies. And you just learned that lesson the hard way. You were right that it was time for a mutiny in WWE, but you were never the one to lead it. You lacked the vision and conviction to go far enough. All you really cared about was getting your WrestleMania main event. So simple-minded and small. But all that changes now. This year, there will be no WrestleMania. Out with the old and in with the new. Say goodbye to the showcase of the Immortals. It's time for Mutiny Mania! CM Punk. You won't be in the main event. You won't be on the card. Matter of fact, you won't be on any card in any promotion once I'm done with you. I've taken control, and I won't make the same mistakes that you did, Punk. I won't be as lenient, and I won't keep your secrets. So stay tuned, Mutiny Universe. After I'm done with him, I'm going to reveal the truth that CM Punk has been hiding from you this whole time. Then it will be game over. Watching you hit Punk with his own moves felt so good. Therapeutic almost.
It was even better doing it. And now we're ready to finally make this our own.
You were right. Punk was holding us back, and most of Mutiny agrees.
After I beat Punk, the rest of them will come along. If not, they're gone.
Like you said, non-compliance will not be tolerated.
I need you two to have my back out there. Triple H knows we're about to reveal that he was behind Mutiny, so he'll do anything to stop us.
Understood.
And you won't forget your end of the deal?
I'm honest about what I want. Power, championships, maybe even a certain amount of chaos. But the two of you get the first pick of everything I don't want. We don't have to fake any of this convoluted, equitable nonsense that Punk preached.
Now that's refreshing.
CM Punk has been defeated, and Mutiny has a new and even more treacherous leader.
I'm not sure how long there's going to be at WWE if this continues.
I agree. We are in trouble here.
Thank you. Paul Triple H Levesque is here to put a stop to this.
Look at the fear in the Mutiny leader's eyes.
I don't think they're scared one bit, Saxton.
Bailey and KO from behind. They're attacking Triple H.
We saw the mock fear on their leader's face. This was a trap from the beginning.
This is my arena. Wait a second. Look who it is.
He's here. The Rock is here. Finally. Yes.
Rock bottom.
I never thought I'd see the day the Great One backed up Triple H, but here we are, and I'm so grateful.
Mutiny is going to regret activating the final boss.
It looks like they already do.
There have been rumors for quite some time about my alleged involvement in Mutiny. Today I would like to put those rumors to rest, because they are true. I did work with CM Punk in Mutiny because I saw the need for change in WWE. I thought NXT, the brand I started, was the perfect place to launch this movement. Unfortunately, I now know this was a mistake. Punk unleashed a monster. I can't change the decisions that I made in the past, but I know what needs to happen now. Any group that renames our shows, rebrands WrestleMania, and puts the pursuit of power ahead of what is best for business is not the future of WWE. So, to the new leader of Mutiny, I've already hung up my boots, so I'm not gonna step in that ring and beat the hell out of you myself, which is bad news for you. See, every game has its final boss. So at the first and last Mutiny Mania, you are going one-on-one with the Great One. And The Rock is going to lay the smack down on you Not the Mutiny SmackDown. The WWE SmackDown. Because we are taking back what's ours. There's only one question left for me to ask. Are you ready?
Wow, Triple H. Look who decided to step out of the shadows. I thought I was going to get to expose you, but I guess you wanted to control your narrative, you sopping sack of has-been. And to bring you and The Rock together? Oh, they say time heals all wounds, but I think it was me and Mutiny. So sweet, the two of you patched up your differences so that he could try to do what you can't in the ring. Honestly, it saves me time, because I'm not stopping with you. I'm going to take down The Rock, then the board, then everything and everyone associated with what used to be WWE, until I've dismantled it piece by piece. WWE has a few too many strikes against it to continue. A corrupt COO who lied about his involvement in an uprising? A bloated talent base that could use some culling. Someone like me needed to step up and make hard decisions. You want your little movie star to destroy me? Fine. Send your final minion to Mutiny's biggest night of the year. I'll fight the final boss at Mutiny Mania for your job and control of the company. The rise of Mutiny was just the beginning. The complete demolition of WWE is the natural end. Those Unity Championships look good. I told you I'd take care of you. You collected all the old WWE titles too, right?
We did. Managed to round up the whole pile of them.
Perfect. They'll melt down nicely for scrap. Is everything ready for the main event?
Absolutely. Everything at Mutiny Mania is going better than we could have imagined.
The Mutiny universe is loving it.
Good. So you haven't heard any chatter from CM Punk, have you? I can deal with The Rock and Triple H, but I have no idea who this other surprise is.
It doesn't matter who it is. You're ready for anyone.
This is your night.
You're damn right it is.
Hi, remember me? Troy Simkin?
Unfortunately.
Any chance Mutiny would hire me back? I know the last time didn't end well, but I need a gig and I have no scruples about performing any task.
You don't have the stomach, Simkin.
Oh, you'd be surprised at my absolute lack of morality. In fact, as a show of goodwill, or in your case, nastiness, I've taken the liberty of preparing an extra special Mutiny Mania entrance. One befitting someone of your stature. If you'd like to use it, that is.
All right, Troy. Let's see what you cooked up.
Fantastic! Do I have a job then?
Maybe. I'll get back to you once I take care of these two old men.
There's only one roadblock standing between this man and complete domination.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 245 pounds, the NXT champion, the Iceman, Demon King!
There is no question about the symbolism of this man destroying that throne.
Mind games, Saxton, but I don't think they're going to work on the final boss.
I can't believe it. Is the final boss really defeated?
But surely Triple H must have a plan.
Triple H isn't coming to save The Rock, Byron. No one's coming to save him. Or us.
It's really over then. Mutiny Mania has decided the future and WWE.
It's all mutiny, Saxton. Now we better pay some respect to our new overlord if we want our checks to clear. All hail mutiny.
All hail mutiny.